Hi, good afternoon. This is Mary Lou Foster, and I am going live kind of unexpectedly. I needed to redo the video from last week, so I thought the easiest way would be just to do it again here on Facebook. Sorry. And I can go back and delete that. Oops, the other one. So this won't take very long, I promise. What did I do with the paper that showed me? Here it is. I have posted the details for this card on my blog, like the cutting instructions and some extra pictures to kind of explain in step by step how to make this card. It's not difficult, it's just a little different because it is a gift card holder. And that one did not stick very good. So it is a landscape or a sideways card. My inspiration came from the Creative Convention online. I am part of Rhonda Wade's training group and have access to a lot of inspiration. I see somebody joined me. If you'll comment when you join me, I'll be able to reply back to you and know that I'm not just talking to myself. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. The paper for this is cut 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I actually edited it for on my blog because you don't have to do, yes, you still have to do the whole 11 inches. You're going to score it at 5 1/2 and then 2 3/4. So the way I figured out to do it, put it on here 5 1/2, and the 2 3/4 is like here to here, because you need this piece to fold. And mine was a little bit too long and it hung up in that fold, so I just put it back on my paper trimmer and just cut off about 1/8 of an inch so that when the card folds it will lay shut. You'll need a piece of your designer series paper. This is the Delightfully Eclectic, to put on this larger flap, which is kind of the inside of the card. But the cool thing about this card is you're going to be able to see part of the inside of it. So let's get that mounted. Then we don't have all these loose pieces. And you'll just lay it in here because it's cut 4 by 5 1/4. So you'll have that traditional little mat that we like to use around the edge of it. And there are 2 pieces of the basic white that are both cut 3 by 4 1/4, and I'll show you why. Because you're going to put a piece on the inside, but you're also going to create your flap piece, and you want that inside piece to just hide underneath this piece. So I'm not putting it in yet because I don't want to commit. I have a piece of designer series paper that I am going to mount on the front of the card, and this one is cut 4 by 2 1/2. So let's get that mounted on that flap. Right after this video I am going to do another video with this week's card, but since I needed to redo the wonderful words and Delightfully Eclectic. Now, a hint: when you're making something like a gift card that's going to have a lot of stress, because when you put that plastic card or a wad, let's give them a wad of money, you want it to stay stuck. So I use the tear and tape, and you're only doing it along the top and bottom edge because you want to be able to slide your credit card or your whatever gift that you're giving them. Whoops, can't get a hold of it. Right in here. I use I believe I use the 2-inch circle punch. You can use the 2 3/4 inch circle punch to punch out that half circle. That way you can get a hold of that gift card a whole lot easier than if you just leave it flat. So rub it really good so it adheres really nicely. So now you have your card. Be sure if you're using paper that's kind of a one-way design that you've got your flowers pointing up the correct way. It would be kind of, it'd be all right sideways, but upside down might be a little bit distracting. Then you're going to use a coordinating piece of designer series paper that's 2 3/4 by 4, and you're going to put it on one of the pieces of the basic white. And once again, you've got that little bit of border around it. I did cut it so the stripes went up and down. And just kind of eye that up. And I'm still not going to mount that on there just yet. So on one of my cards, this is only the beginning of a life filled with love. And my heart will always be tied to yours. I thought this one could be a birthday card or a thank you card even, because your heart can be tied to somebody, a good friend, someone that you need to thank. I do have a small piece of crushed curry that I have die cut out with now I'm not going to remember which dies. It'll be in my list of supplies. So that's going to go. I do have a circle of vellum that I have punched out with the 2 3/8 inch, and I can go ahead and put that down. You know the hint about circle vellum, you just want your adhesive where it's going to be covered by something, whether it's your label that you're creating, the flowers. And today I'm going to use the bow punch to punch out a branch and some little accent pieces. Well, how about if I just cut my accent pieces out, piece right there. Then I can cut out the branch and not really worry about if I'm getting both pieces or not. The bow punch, I believe, is back ordered right now, but the way things have been working, the back orders have not been staying. Gee, I wonder what that little silver thing is. That's not good. Have been coming back in pretty fast. So that's one of those, if it's back ordered today, just watch, and maybe tomorrow, or contact me and I can look. We have access to an inventory status report that tells us when the estimated delivery date is. I'm going to stick that in there. And I'm going to stamp in Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to make this one be My Heart Will Always Be Tied to Yours. I don't have the dies. The Wonderful Thoughts is actually a bundle, and there are dies in that bundle that will cut out around these words, and you wouldn't have to use your scissors to do it. But I decided, I forget how many pieces were in that particular bundle, that I could cut them out with scissors just fine. I'll show you the stamp set. It's got a lot of phrases in it. A lot. Congratulations, thinking of you. We could have made this a thinking of you. That would be a really cute. You can do amazing things. I'll listen to your silence when the words are just too much. So I wanted the stamp set because of all the sentiments. And I just, like I said, decided I could probably do without the dies. So it does not take 5 minutes to do this. You just kind of create a border to go around it. And yeah, I'm doing it while you're watching. Let's go ahead. You can tell I'm using a scrap piece. There was lots of good cardstock left on that. Do you do that? I kind of have a little collection over here beside me, and I try to go through it every now and then and use up what I can. Because sometimes you just need a little bitty piece, and there isn't any sense in cutting into a great old big piece to get a little bitty piece. How about those words? They sound like country words, don't they? I missed. It can wait. Alright, so since I'm working on this, let's go ahead and use some glue dots. I'm going to put a glue dot under the leaves because the leaves are the bigger parts of this, and I think I can get away with 3 when I quit dropping it everywhere. So just kind of eye that up in a nice spot. This kind of goes in the middle, and then this one I can put wherever I think it looks nice. And I think what I'll do, how about if I tear off the glue dot and put it, it's going to be covered with the label, so it's okay if it sticks out on either side. If that bothers you, you can use your finger to roll it into like a little wad. And then this is mounted flat, so we'll put some tape and seal, stamp and seal. I will get it right in a minute. And kind of put it on at a 90 degree angle. This is on with dimensionals. I'm going to use the mini. I could use big ones, but I feel like this is kind of a small area. And do that. Got those off. When I'm stuck under my fingernail. My heart will always be tied to yours. And get these off so I'm not left with them sticking to everything. Might have been a little crooked. Then I will go ahead and mount that on the front. I don't have to mount that inside piece, but now don't put this on both ends. I'm going to put the rest of my adhesive on the front. I put adhesive on the left hand end, and I put adhesive on here because you want your card to open. Don't do like the ladies do and get it all taped up and then go, oh, I shouldn't have put the adhesive there. I'm like, no, you really shouldn't have. You might want to slow down and look to see how the card is made. Kind of make your plans based on that. And you can just kind of sneak that up underneath there. Oop, a little bit too high. Well, it's a little bit crooked. No wonder it's too high. It will peel off if you just very carefully and slowly. And do it down. There, that fixed it. Now, the ribbon is out of the combo pack, and we've used all of it. So I'm going to have to call an audible. And I think I'm going to use some ribbon that is coming out in the Holiday Mini Catalog. Have you gotten your catalog in the mail? If not, let me know. Comment on this, email me, text me, let me know, and I'll make sure you get a new catalog. It goes live September the 6th to customers. It is possible to join my team and have access to it now and even add. We're in the midst of the pre-order. This is sheer ribbon, and it's silver and white, and it's delightful. It's fun to work with. It's going to add just that little pop of color. I don't need a super huge bow. I'll trim the tails in a minute. So let's put that on with some glue dots. How about that? And on this one I use the iridescent pearls, and on this one I use the rhinestones. And I believe I'm going to use rhinestones for this one, if I can find them in my magic box of embellishments. They're opal rounds, because I have got rhinestone basic jewels. That's what I want. I think I own a package at least one package of every one of the current. So let's do 2 sizes. There are 2 sizes in that package. How about if we do one here, and let's put one here, and let's put one here. That's it. That's all there is to this card. Such a nice, and you can make your inside sentiment if you need the birthday card. You can make a birthday sentiment if you just need to write a note. You have a gift card holder. So that's all I wanted to show you. Just needed to redo that video. I appreciate your time, and have a great day.